Another feature in the CISC HSS Connections web app is the ability to use machine learning to help in some design situations. So instead of going through the pain of entering our inputs like before, we can choose one of our examples we were working on. There we go, the one branch connection object. And now let's say we wanted to optimize this connection, or let's say we had some errors which meant that this connection no longer worked. Well, we have the ability here to use the sizing assistance model. And what that does is it uses machine learning to find some solutions which might be better for this connection. So based off the input, it found this one solution here, which has a 0.99 utilization ratio. You can see that this was done using the quick search, and we can also use a bigger search. So let's try using the deep search. We run the sizing assistance model again. It'll take a bit longer this time because it's doing a bit longer of a search, but it should come up with some different options, so maybe more to choose from or lower connection areas. So there we go. Now we still have our option with the 0.99 utilization ratio, but we also have some other options which have either the same or a lower connection area which we can use. So we can go ahead and we can choose this first option here, and that loads it into the connection. And you can see that we have our 0.95 utilization ratio. You could also see that maybe this branch is a bit small, maybe we need a bigger branch for other reasons, so we could go ahead and change that branch here. And now we have a couple issues, so we could once again call the Ask Sam sizing assistance model, and it'll give us the same solution as before. But now we can define our branch as the one we picked in the input page, and we can ask it to rerun with looking for connections that work with that branch. So here we go. After the quick search, it has found that this connection here works for this branch, and you can see that this connection is way over designed for these axial forces. But if we continue looking with that, maybe do even a deep search, let's see if there's any other options that might work for this. And now we have a few more options of connections that work with this branch here. So that's how you can use the sizing assistance model in the one branch connection to help you with your design solutions. And likewise, you can also do the same for two branch examples, where again here, just off the bat, we actually have a pretty good utilization ratio right away, but we can see what solutions might the sizing assistance model come up with. There we go. There we go, and it found some solutions actually similar to the ones we already had, maybe with a smaller chord. But let's say in this example we were happy with the branch sizes and we didn't want to use these 12 by 12s or 10 by 8s. Once again, we could define the branch size, and by default it looks for only gaps, but let's say we knew we wanted to do an overlap connection. We could then ask Sam again with these different parameters which we've toggled, and we can see what solutions it comes up with. And there we go. Now we have an overlap connection using a smaller chord than the one we've used here. Once again, if we put that in, we can see our connection and its associated utilization ratio. So you can see that this also works with with the US customary units as well. And of course, when it's offering the different sections, it's choosing from the database we've chosen. So if we go to ASTM A500, it's now going to suggest solutions based off the ASTM A500 library. We run that. Taking a bit longer here. There we go. You can see what solutions it has here. has some solutions. There we go. And of course, if we wanted to use CHS alternatives for a similar connection, you can see now that if we rerun the sizing assistance model, it will find us solutions using only circular hollow sections. There we go, and you can pick any of these 5 which you would like.